is going to be Sue-Ann Liu. She holds the property and casualty seat in our chapter. With over 25 years of experience in the insurance industry, she has built her business to where she now has her own State Farm insurance agency. For 14 of those years, I've known her because she has been in a BNI chapter, usually in the same one I've been in most of the time. She has experienced firsthand how well BNI works to grow your business. Sue-Ann has a passion for traveling to new places, experiencing new cultures, and enjoying the regional foods she finds along the way. Her burning desire is to see the Northern Lights and travel as much as she can while she is still healthy. She has a goal of visiting all 50 states by age 50. So far, she has visited 27 states and plans to visit 5 more this coming May. Her key to success is perseverance. May I present our featured speaker today, Sue-Ann Liu.
Are you really talking about me? Thanks, Jim. That was awesome. Well, today I have, if you can see, if you notice, I'm like 2 slides of Sue-Ann. You couldn't hear my 30 seconds. It's all tech problems, but show must go on. Let's talk about, I couldn't even put on my slides today, just like ASL, but it doesn't really matter. Insurance is part of life, and trouble, hiccups is also part of life. So let's go on. So what I really wanted to talk to you today is people, every single day, I get a call and people call me because they get into an accident. And oftentimes during the course of the claim, they would say, I thought I had full coverage. Now, how come you're not paying for that? Or I thought I had full coverage. How come it's not enough? So today what I'm going to do is ask you questions, and feel free to put it on the chat and see how well you know about your car insurance coverage, okay? Ready? So question, full coverage. Does that mean if you have full coverage, you have everything under the sun? Whatever's available, you have it. Yes or no? No, Robert says no. That's correct. You don't have everything under the sun. Basically, the state of Hawaii says, hey, you have to have liability. Now, people come to me. Okay, here's the thing. This is really funny. People come to me and they said, hey, Sue-Ann, I want to have liability. Or they come in and say, I just want no fault. And sometimes when there's language barrier, they say, I want one way. Sometimes people, some of my staff goes, what's one way? One way, two way. Do you know what that means? Can somebody tell me, do you know what one way or two way mean? Well, Jim, yes. So some people goes, I want one way, I want two way. What they meant is they just want liability and no fault, or sometimes if they say they want two way, that means they want full coverage. But what the state really wants you to have is not just liability and not just no fault. They want you to have the two. And if you have a loan on your car, the bank says you have to have full coverage because they want you to cover comprehensive or collision. Now tell me, what is the most common deductible? $250, $500, $1,000. 500, yes, that's correct. 500 is the most common deductible. But what does that mean? So somebody comes to me and say, hey, I got into an accident, but guess what? The police tells me that I just called my insurance company. So they call me. And then I tell them, okay, not a problem. We'll go ahead and take care of your car, but you will be subject to your $500 deductible. Now they're upset. Why? Because they have to pay for insurance. But he said, it's not my fault. It's the other guy that hit me. Now, is that true though? If the other party is at fault, you still have to pay the $500 deductible. Yes or no? No? Maybe. Hey, what's the answer? Either yes or no. I didn't pay. Okay. Now, if the true answer is, if you call your insurance company, what that means is you're saying, insurance company, I'm paying you, take care of this. I don't want to deal with this. So what they're going to do initially is they're going to take care of you so you don't have to deal with anything, but they will use your contract with them. And then your deductible applies. Unless your choice is to call the other guy and file a claim with their insurance. Then you don't have to pay your deductible because they're paying for everything. They said they're going to take care of it. But what happens is when the claim is closed, so let's say you call me, Siwan, I want to take care of it. I don't want to deal with this. So I will say, okay, you will be subject to your $500 deductible. You go to the shop, you pay the shop when you pick it up, and that's it. Everything else will be taken care of behind the scenes. What the insurance company is going to do is add up all the monies that they paid out, including your, if they had to tow your car, if you had to rent a car, and then all the repairs plus your deductible. And we will get it from the other company. We call that the subrogation process. Oftentimes we get our money right away, but sometimes we don't. Like yet last week, I got this customer that called me and say, Suan, how come I didn't get my deductible yet? And I said, well, we tried to get it and sent everything to the other guys. And then he goes, I gave you all that. I gave you all the information. How could you not give me my money back? Because they didn't give us our money back. And here's the problem with his information too. The guy that hit him gave him a policy number and the company. When we called that company, they said there's no policy in force for this person. So what happens now? Then we have to find out who his insurance company. Now, question to you, what if we don't get that money? What if that guy faked out and gave us a wrong information? Who do you think? Do you think he's going to get his money back, his deductible back? Yes or no? Yes, call Ed Kemper. If you don't get your money back, call Ed Kemper. Yes. If the insurance company during the course of subrogation process do not get their money back, you also don't get your deductible back. So be patient. Sometimes it could take a long time. Sometimes it's really fast. But here's the biggest thing is, so make sure if you have a $500 deductible, just have that on hand. Maybe have a savings at $500 or have enough on your credit card limit. So you don't have to worry. The insurance company will just get it from the other guy. But if the other guy didn't have insurance, there's also another way for you to get your money back. And that's through small claims court. You could have a one-to-one with Ed on that, and I'm sure he has a wealth of information on how that process goes. So now, what if the guy has insurance and hit you, but they don't have enough money? What's going to happen? And you are seriously hurt. This happened to one of my clients where he got hit and he had to have like a big surgery. He had to stay in the hospital for a long time. Then he had to do, what do you call that? Rehab. But the other party only has a very minimal coverage. Who's going to pay for your medical bills? Can somebody say that? Who's going to pay for your extra medical bills if the other guy didn't have enough? Is it going to be your medical insurance? Is it going to be your insurance? Can somebody guess? No. Your insurance, if you have uninsured and underinsured, that could take care of that. So review your policy, take a look at what you have. And if you're not sure what those things are listed there, schedule with your State Farm agent in Honolulu, Sue Ann Liu. All right, now there's questions here. How much do you have to pay for the lawyer during small claims court? I don't know, check with Ed. Ed may do a pro bono for you. Let's see. Any other questions? Where's Ed? Ed's pretty calm right now, but those are good. And that's amazing that we do have Ed Kemper in our chapter, because those are like questions we don't know. And Ed is just an expert. And if you want to, so you don't have to deal with the other guy, just hire Ed, or Ed will be able to, if it's a case that's, he doesn't handle, he could just get somebody for you. Would my insurance go up if I get to what? If I can't get, no, most insurance, if you're insured with State Farm, the only time your insurance is going to go up is if you get surcharge. And when do you get surcharge? If it's your fault. And when is it your fault? When you don't follow the traffic guidelines. So for example, if you're merging, make sure you know if you have to yield or the other party has to yield. But what if you have to yield and you merge and you hit? So those are the kind of situation that you may have to, it may be your fault. Anything. I know that many times rates is always an important thing, but sometimes coverage would also be an important thing. So don't forget, give me a call. Maybe we could just review your policy, send it to me so I could review it. No obligation, guys. So let's schedule a one-to-one. Thank you.